all by herself. Gidget is all by herself.
This is Ivy.
And this is Gidget.
And you're listening to Slut Shame This.
Hey everyone, so we're doing things a little differently this week because Ivy is in New York gallivanting and Kevin is busy, so it's just me, so please be patient because I've never recorded an episode on my own or edited one, so like I said, be patient. I'm baby. So I miss Ivy dearly and I can't wait till she's back. But unfortunately, I couldn't go to New York because it's my first week back in school. As you guys know, I'm in law school. I'm in my final year, and I didn't want to be the kind of bitch who misses their first week because if I don't start something strong, you best believe I'm not going to end it strong. So I'm trying to make good habits, you know, although I have serious FOMO that I'm not in New York. So like I said, it is my first week back in school and I didn't go away because I wanted to get shit done and be on top of everything. But in reality, all I've done is binge watch Succession for a week and then talk about Succession. And the funny thing is almost all the classes I took last week, which I thought I was going to take this semester, I dropped. So my schedule is completely different. So I might as well have gone to New York, but alas, I'm here. I also just got a baby kitten, so I needed to nest with him. He's so fucking cute. His name is Elvis. So a new addition to my family, which before that just consisted of me and Norma Jean, my little Pomeranian, and Elvis is a hairless cat. He's a Sphynx, and he's just a baby, so he's always cold and he feels like a little hot water bottle, and I love him. So this week on Slut Shame This, even though we don't have Ivy, the show must go on, and I'm going to be talking about sex scenes. And so to do that, we're going to have a special guest who is literally a pro sex scene haver, and he's on the show Vida on Starz. He's like the main guy, and he's always naked. His name is Miranda, so he's going to be coming in later to tell us about how it really is like filming a sex scene and like whether it's awkward or what to do if you get a boner or how they make it look like you're naked and stuff like that. And then we'll hear about his favorite sex scenes. So today we have in studio, and by studio I mean my studio apartment in Los Feliz, we have Miranda, an actor from the critically acclaimed TV show Vida on Starz. Hi, Carlos. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very excited about this. Thank you.
Well, for those of the listeners who don't know what Vida is, it's a show about two Mexican-American sisters living in East LA and deals with issues of like family, sex, LGBTQ issues, and gentrification, and just all different types of things, right?
That's right, yeah.
You're the main guy, no?
I am, yeah. I'm the guy.
So it's a pretty racy show, no?
It is. It's definitely a whole lot of sex. And it's my first experience doing stuff like that, so.
Since I love to surround myself with hot people who have sex naked on camera, right. Since Ivy's in New York, I figured you would be an appropriate person to have on today, but you're not really having sex.
No, I'm not, no. I'm not actually having sex.
So what are you doing?
All right, so what, you're basically you're just simulating it, you know? You're kind of you're dry humping, basically. But you're naked. You just, instead of having, everything out though. What it is they give you a cock sock. So I remember I'll go into my trailer and they'll be like, hey, your wardrobe's in there, and it's like a cock sock.
What is a cock sock?
So basically, you have options. So there's two that I know of that I was recommended, which one I had to choose to wear. And basically one is like a thong kind of, which is it has like sticky stuff to it, like double stick tape. And what it is, you put it like kind of below your abdomen, and it'll stick. And it's nude color, so you can't tell. And then basically it's a string like a thong, and it goes under and it cups your junk, and it goes through on your butt like a thong, and then it sticks at the end of it, like above your tailbone.
So, but what if you get sweaty?
So that was my thought of the whole thing, because I was like, damn, I was sweating and it'll just start slipping off. So I decided to just go with the traditional cock sock, which is basically literally what it sounds like. It's a sack, and you just put your stuff in there, and you kind of and there's like a little string that you kind of tie it, and you're basically just
And then what about girls?
same thing. The girls usually they wear the thong thing.
Because I can't imagine there's a true cock sock.
No. Yeah, no. I know from what I've seen, they had my partner will have the thong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if you get a boner?
I've actually been asked that, but I don't know. I've never been in a situation where I got a boner. I feel like it really is kind of like the environment, it's not a particularly sexy environment. Why?
Because are there a bunch of people on set?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on set. In this particular production, it's a female-dominated production. Like it's a lot of women that are in charge and behind the camera and such forth, right? So in that sense, everybody's kind of very comfortable with each other because it's, you know what I mean? I don't know how to. But they also close the set as much as they can. Like there'll be only the people that need to be in there. Like it's the camera person, the director, and the actors. You know what I mean? They'll keep it very private. So in that sense, it's like, okay, cool. But then, it's like, you got a camera right in your face, and then they're like, oh, can you do this? And they're like asking you what to do, like during the scene, you know what I mean? And it just doesn't make it for, my mind is not thinking like, oh man, I would really like to just
rip this cock sock off and get in there.
I sounded, you know what I mean? I don't want to say nothing inappropriate. So basically, yeah, it's not a very sensual like environment, sexual environment.
And because unlike porn, the goal is like it's to suggest the sex, but it's not about the sex. So it's about telling the story.
It's about to help the story move forward in the sense of like what's going on in these characters' lives. Yeah, totally.
So in the very first scene that your character is like really introduced, you go down on the girl on the show, right?
Yeah, that was like the very first. That was the first scene I did. It threw me right into the lion's den. Literally
a vagina.
And then first day of shooting, that was it. That was the first shot, first scene, everything. It was just, I was just kind of basically like licking her thighs and stuff like that, like the inner thighs, which is. But you're down there, you're down there, and you're like, you got to be, like in the moment. You got to sell it.
And so guys can fake it too.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling us.
Pretty much.
Or me and my cat and my dog. Interesting.
Have you ever faked it?
An orgasm? Yes. I faked an orgasm.
What's that like? What's it like to fake it?
And
they buy it too? See, that's the thing about guys. Like, I guess the guys wouldn't even be like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, I feel like guys will just buy it. I don't know. Can you tell when a girl's faking it?
I don't know.
So no.
Probably not. I don't know,
So, avoiding spoilers, you guys finished your second season. Season 2 aired, right?
Season 2 aired, yeah. It aired, it's currently on right now, so you guys can watch it, actually.
And then you're going to be filming season 3?
We start shooting season 3 in mid-October, yeah. So, it'll be exciting. I don't know how much sex I'll be doing. I was good in season 2. Season 1 was my naughty season.
Yeah, because I remember I've known you for a while, and I said to you, "Oh, is your wardrobe something other than a cock sock in season 2?" And you said it was. It was Henley's.
Henley shirts, yeah. But that's speaking for myself. And the sex definitely was amped up a notch season 2 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it opens up with an orgy, like a really sad orgy, but it's just a whole lot of that.
A sad orgy?
Yeah, it's like that's how Tanya Saracho, our creator, executive producer, that's how she tries to describe it. It's like the saddest, like the world's saddest orgy.
Okay, you guys, if that doesn't make you curious to watch Vida on Starz,
What's
then
a sad orgy, right?
yeah, then I don't know what will. But people can watch it on Starz or on Amazon or the Starz app, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good. You got it. Yes, on the Starz app, on Amazon Prime, you can get Starz on there, and they're all available. So it's a quick binge too. Like if they're 30-minute episodes, you can knock right through them. Wow. They're fun, yeah, and they tell a good story. Overall, at the end of the day, like it's everybody could relate to it. So
in your career before Vida, you hadn't done other sex scenes?
No, I've done not to this, no. I gotta say not at all. I haven't kissed. That's it.
I'm thinking of a scene that I found pretty steamy.
Which one?
That you were in, from the bling ring.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that was a true story, right? Who?
Yeah.
What was it
They were
about?
some LA kids, and
and they'd rob celebrities.
they would look up, the addresses of these celebrities that were out of town, and they would go to their houses.
So you were in the movie version of that,
Right,
which Sofia Coppola directed.
Yeah.
Who also has done Marie Antoinette,
Lost in Translation.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Wow, yeah.
I love Somewhere. But yeah, and who did you play?
I played Rob Hernandez, who was one of the he was like a club promoter.
Yeah.
And
you played one of the main girls' boyfriends,
and one of the
right?
girls, yeah, Thaisa Farmiga's character.
Because it was Thaisa Farmiga and Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Hermione from Harry Potter.
Right.
And you were.
So
Thaisa.
I'm like a club promoter that gets him into the club, and I hook up with Thaisa Farmiga's character,
who people may know from American Horror Story and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you guys had a
she
makeout.
was my first on-screen kiss.
Oh,
ever.
Was she?
Yeah. She was my first on-screen kiss.
How
She
was
that? She was. Her mom was on set. I remember, and they were and again, same thing. First scene I had to do was a makeout scene in the club, at Sawyer's Club. That's where we shot at.
Interesting.
In Hollywood.
Cool.
But her mom was there. I remember I was like, "Who's Thaisa?" To the PA. I was like, "Can I meet her?" Because I'm like, "Who the hell?" They're like, "Yeah. Oh, you know what? She's actually in makeup right now. Do you want to meet her mom?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So they took me to her trailer, and I knocked on the thing. I see the mom in there. I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Oh, Thaisa's mom?" She's like, "Yes. Hi, I'm Carlos Miranda. I'm gonna be making out with your daughter." I was like, "Oh," so she started laughing. It was so sweet. Thank you for it. It was cool. She was cool. She's busy, Thaisa.
Yeah. So Thaisa was on American Horror Story, and to segue here, there was one American Horror Story episode that had actually I can think of two scenes that I liked in American Horror Story that were sexy. And one was in the first season that she was on, and I don't know why I thought
that's the best season, I think.
Oh yeah, it was the only good season, no? But where the dad is just jacking off, looking out the window. Remember?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the pilot, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this show. And then in that season with Lady Gaga, there's a really hot threesome.
Oh yeah, she's a vampire in that, right?
Yeah, and I remember watching that
in the hotel.
Yeah, and her and her boyfriend bring back a guy, and they're having this
yeah, I remember that
MMF threesome, and then it gets really gory, and I remember being so aroused during it. I was like, this is so hot. And then all of a sudden people start dying, and it's
Yeah.
oh shit, gross.
But it was sexy at first.
It was sexy.
You know, when you asked me if I'd be on this, and you told me what we'd be talking about, instantly first thing that popped in my head was I've been saving it to tell you for today, was True Romance in the phone booth.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
I like that scene.
So explain it.
True Romance, it's one of the best movies ever.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, it's my top 5 for sure. So basically, it's like a Bonnie and Clyde type of.
Written by Quentin Tarantino.
It's written by Quentin Tarantino,
but not directed by him.
No, Tony Scott directed it. R.I.P. Tony Scott. But it's got everybody like Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, R.I.P. Brad Pitt, the homie.
Yeah. Brad Pitt is so good in that movie.
He's killing it right now.
He is.
You enjoyed that roof scene.
Speaking of sex scenes.
Hold on. Let me finish that. So this scene. So basically, it's all these people. But so it's like this Bonnie and Clyde story, and this one scene they're on the run, and they're on their way to California to meet their friend who's an actor. But they stop like in the middle of nowhere, and they at a phone booth, and they're just the guy Christian Slater's character is calling his friend to tell him that they're gonna be there, and then Alabama, his newlywed, comes in and just like starts like groping him and this and that, and he ends up just having to hang up the phone, and it's just this, they just fuck in the phone booth, and it's hot, like
it's
they just
so hot.
And
it's like the middle of the day, it's not nighttime.
With the Elvis glasses, like the vibe is just like.
And she's wearing this like cow print skirt, and he just pulls it up.
Mm-hmm, he just he pulls up the skirt, but then pulls down the panties.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so hot.
And Patricia Arquette was looking.
Love Patty Ark.
I love that movie.
Me
All right,
too.
what were you gonna say?
What was I?
You got all excited about something. Brad Pitt, Rooftop.
Okay, so speaking of True Romance, Brad Pitt was in True Romance.
Yeah.
And the scene that got me, okay, there are 2 scenes that got me very aroused recently, and both of them, I get aroused in movies all the time. Just follow me on Instagram, and you'll see my stories are half me like just talking about different hot guys in movies. But in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there are 2 scenes that really did it for me. And the first is Brad Pitt fixing the satellite on the roof. That man takes off his shirt.
He's looking good for his age.
He
huh?
looks not great, for his age. He looks good, period. He looks better than people who are like half his fucking age. He's stunning.
Yeah, I got a man crush on Brad Pitt.
He's so hot. And it's weird because I used to not even think he was hot, but now I'm obsessed with him. And now I look back at pictures of him and I'm like, oh, I guess he's always been hot, but I just didn't have that taste for it. And I liken it to what's happened to me recently with mustard, where I didn't used to like mustard, but like as I've matured.
I didn't know you like mustard like that.
Now I like it. Now I'm like, I have a Grey Poupon in my fridge, So like Brad Pitt is the mustard of the condiments of life.
What's the other one?
Oh, in Austin Butler. Also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when he's riding the horse and he's playing Tex.
You know what we're derailing? We're talking about we ain't talking about the sex scenes though. We're supposed to be talking about sex scenes. Those became sex scenes later in my imagination. Right.
Once I got home,
the director's cut.
I tried to find, so in that second scene I'm talking about, it's Austin Butler riding a horse and he's playing like one of the Manson dudes and he rides that horse like there's no tomorrow. And I spent literally an hour and a half the other day trying to find the clip online.
Really?
Yeah, I told you not to like masturbate to. I just really.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, to masturbate to this?
No, I just wanted it for my own reasons.
That's hella funny.
I just wanted access to it, and I couldn't find it. So, anyway, but speaking of what we're really wanting to talk about is sex scenes, since
Showgirls.
Showgirls, yes.
That was I kind of told you this recently, not that long ago. So Showgirls was the first time like Showgirls was the movie I remember that was like the first time that I felt kind of like, ooh, I like chicks, like nudity and sex, like I wanted to see it,
And it's a movie about
It's
strippers.
It's a movie. It's not a good movie.
I disagree.
It's
I
not.
think it's a great movie.
It's not. Yeah.
I
Well,
liked it.
it's definitely a pan movie. It's not. It's not like.
It's not
but
acclaimed.
it has its following at this today, and I'm one of those.
It's a cult classic.
I'm definitely because I used to have the illegal. So I'll be. First of all. Let me say this, not first of all, but let me say this before I continue, is that I'm a fan of your podcast. I haven't missed an episode.
Oh, thank you.
Being that I haven't missed an episode, recently, I believe maybe it was the last one that Ivy had mentioned the Scrambler cable box.
Yeah.
And I was laughing, thinking, I was like, damn, man, I used to have that. And that's the black box that I was talking about. It's like after a while, you get the...
Scramble porn,
you get the porn, yeah, but it's like late night, and that's where I would like, so you would have that, but you would also have that's where you would have pay-per-view all day, even though you're not supposed to have it, but you had it all day playing, and that's where Showgirls would always be playing, and
there's a sex
and
scene?
and there was so specifically talking about the sex scenes because there's a few of them in there, but specifically one that I remember turned me on. And mind you, I was like 11. I don't know what being turned on meant at this, but I was turned on. Mm-hmm. It was Elizabeth Berkley's character is like dancing or getting taught something by Glenn Plummer's character. He's teaching her some kind of choreography, and then they're on a chair, and then she sits on him, and she's like stroking and grinding on him, but super like sensual and sexual and erotic, and she grabs his hand, I think, and she like makes him like rubber, pussy in like her, like I don't know if it's in the pants or over the pants, but it turns out she was bleeding. Now that I'm telling it out loud, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that. But the whole like, just the whole build up and the sexual tension going up to it, I was like, damn man, like fuck, like that shit was like. What? That was the first time that was the first movie that I remember like that I could put sexuality to like my feelings and being aroused by something that I saw on TV. And and Cool World.
Oh, Cool World. Yeah.
So this is this is weird, I guess, but I'm sure there's a lot of people in the world that get attracted to cartoons.
I think so.
Because Jessica Rabbit and Hollywood. Those two cartoons,
which are me and Ivy.
Is that right? Yeah. When I was a little kid, even before Showgirls, I knew I was like I like them. Like
Brad Pitt was also in Cool World.
He was in Cool World. He was the detective.
Yeah. Who is your first celebrity crush that you like remember? Is there someone that you are like, oh, that person?
When I started liking girls, I thought every woman on TV was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I recently found out that a lot of guys liked Friends when they were kids because Jennifer Aniston's nipples were always out.
Agreed. And yeah, Jennifer Aniston Rachel was bad.
Wait, did you like Rachel more than
I like Rachel.
Monica?
Yeah, I was totally a Rachel.
Who do you think I am?
I don't know. You're a Ross.
All right, thanks for coming in today. Okay, well, thank you for coming on today, and I look forward to a lot of sex scenes, hopefully, in season 3. And is there anything you want to plug before you go?
Vida's available on Starz and the Starz app. You can always sign up for a free subscription and just binge the whole thing, which is, as I said, a quick binge. But I'm sure you could always hold on to it and then just wait till we come back because you'll want to stick around and follow through with what's going on with everybody.
Great. I definitely do. All right. Well, thank you, Carlos.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out, 100.
Well, I hope you guys loved hearing from Carlos about what it's like to shoot a Hollywood sex scene and all that behind the scenes magic. Now it's time for DM of the week.
You've got 2 new messages.
Okay, so for DM of the week, I'm going to be reading you just a number of the DMs I got from people after the Manuel episode, all saying that I should do a scene with him, even though I'm not in porn. So here's one that says, "Wanna watch you fuck Manuel." Another says, "Make sex to Manuel, please." And another one says, "Please do a scene with Manuel." So, that's very nice, but I don't do porn. So you can keep DMing me to have sex with Manuel till the cows come home. But, honey, it ain't gonna happen. So, sorry, Chorleys. Anywho, now I'm going to read a great 5-star review we got this week. So this one is from Franklin22233. And it says, "I really enjoy listening to y'all's podcast every week. I really love it. I wish they were longer and more often because y'all are funny and very enjoyable to listen to. I would say out of all the podcasts I listen to, you're my favorite. Will always love you always." Thank you, Franklin. We love hearing that, and we love making the podcast, so we're so glad you love it, and you gave us a 5-star. So thank you. So if you guys feel the way Franklin feels and you love the podcast, it really helps us if you leave a review, rate, subscribe, and download it on iTunes. Share it with your friends. We appreciate your support so much. And you can always follow us on social media at slutshamethis or email us at slutshamethis@gmail.com. Next week, Ivy will be back and things will be right back where they were before. And we're going to be doing an episode on polyamory. So I think that'll be really interesting and fun. And I hope you guys tune in. Have a good week. Stay slutty.